Man, what is up, y'all? Look, let me just say this before I get into my intro. Look, quick little thing. I am so happy football is back. Woo! Back starts this week. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to turn it on and watch it and just waste my life away. But welcome back to The Truth, where we dive into basically everything college football and NFL. We're talking players, we're talking coaches, we're talking refs. Shoot, we'll talk philosophy if y'all really want it. I'm down for everything. But man, God is good because football is back, baby. And I thought, let's spice it up a little bit. Let's get into the rankings, the AP top 25 and the AFCA, basically the coaches poll. Let's talk about them. Number one, they got Georgia. I think they hammered this one pretty right. I rep Georgia. I rep with Georgia on number one. I think they're the team to beat. I know they did lose to Bama, but look, this is a Georgia team coming off of when you put in their minds two national championships, which at this point is the standard for them. The standard is a national championship. So they lose the SEC championship and lose to right. Now keep in mind now, y'all, this was a Georgia team who we knew was kind of they're good, but man, if these top teams, if you play them close, they could be beat. Bama did that. They beat them in the SEC championship, and Georgia lost their right to play. Now I know there's a lot of controversy with that one, or should they be in the playoffs? No, that's not a problem anymore. Needless to say, it's not a problem anymore. But they're hungry. This is a hungry team who wants to win a natty. Next, we got at number two, we got Ohio State. I agree with this one too. I think Ohio State's gonna be good. I don't know how good they are, but I'm not mad at them at number two, starting off the season. Look, this is a team who's I'm sitting here going, yeah, this is a team who I'm looking at going, they're gonna challenge some people. They're gonna fight. If I'm being honest, I think this is Ryan Day's last year to kind of if he don't go undefeated, I think he's out of there. With how he's played so far. I've talked about Ryan Day. I'm not saying he's a bad coach. He's a really good coach. The thing is, though, he hasn't produced yet. He hasn't produced to where Ohio State wants to be. And I feel like after a while, you got to get a new guy in there and see if he can. You can't stay so stagnant. Number three, here's what I don't really agree with is Oregon. I like Oregon. I think they're going to be good. I don't think they're going to be the third best team in the nation. When we turn it on this weekend, I don't think they're going to be the third best team in the nation. I think they are going to be. I think they are. I wouldn't be surprised if they were top 10. I would not be surprised if Oregon was top 10, top 15. I wouldn't be surprised at that. Don't know if they're going to be number three in the nation. Texas number four. Not mad at that. Having them at the second best SEC school, I'm also not mad at that. I think they're competing with Ole Miss, who I'll get on in a little bit. Not mad at that at all. I think they're up there. So I'm not mad at them at number four. If you want to put Ole Miss at number four in this case, I wouldn't be mad either. Number five, Alabama. Look, and this is for both these top. I'm talking both teams or both polls right now. Once it starts changing up, then we'll talk about it. Number five, Alabama. Look, with all due respect to Alabama fans, I do not believe they are number five right now. They're gonna have to prove it to me. My main thing is Saban left. Yeah, okay. Saban's an amazing coach. You replace him with another really good coach. My main thing is when Saban left, you lost a lot of players. Look, football's a team sport. So you're gonna need to depend on some guys. So when I turn on the TV and I watch some Bama football, and I'm looking at it going, is this team the fifth best team in the nation? I don't know yet. I'll still have to wait. Now, do I think they should be in top 10? Yes. Do I think they should be top five? Maybe not. I like my chances with Ole Miss. I know what I have in Ole Miss. I won't be mad if you put them at six. I don't think they're better than Ole Miss right now because they're still improving to me. With that being said, Ole Miss, I think you should bump them up one. This was a really good Ole Miss team last year. I think there's going to be a really good Ole Miss team this year. It's gonna be interesting to see. Number seven, Notre Dame. Are there teams that I think are better than Notre Dame? Yes. Am I mad that they're ranked 7? Not really too much. Um, I'd probably have them a little lower. Um, I like Missouri. I like LSU this season. I think those are going to be two really good teams. Those are two really loaded teams. I like where they're at. Yeah, no, I'm not. And like I said, I'm not predicting the future. I'm just when I go through my rankings, it's more reaction than looking into the future. And this is like these are my opinions at the point right now. And then I won't drop my official rankings until after week one when every top 25 team plays. Because then some teams are going to lose, some teams are going to win. It's going to change everything. But yeah, uh, looking at it, I was like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Um, I would bump them down. Michigan. I don't know where to place Michigan. It's gonna be interesting because you lose an amazing coach, just like how Alabama lost an amazing coach. You lose an amazing coach too. So where does that place y'all at? You know, that's an interesting one. I don't think Penn State is better than Michigan. I'll say that right now. I think Penn State should be below Michigan for the top 25. I'm not mad at the AP poll for having Penn State below Michigan. Penn State's going to be a team who's going to have to prove it. Look, in my opinion, Penn State's the third best team in that conference. Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State. That's where I have it at. They're going to have to prove to me that. They're going to have to prove to me differently. Michigan's going to have to prove to me as well that, hey, they deserve to be in the top 10. Coming in at number 10 to finish it off is Florida State. Man, oh man, I do not know about Florida State. Because when you think about it, Florida State lost a lot of guys. They really, really did. They lost a lot of bodies at they lost a lot of top talent, a lot of top skill that they had to the draft. So it's going to be really interesting. They did bring in Tyler Yusufuanga, so that's going to be interesting to play out. How is their receiving core going to develop? They have some athletes. They got a lot of potential. Can they put it together is the question. Coming in at number 11, also 10, I think Missouri might be better than them. I think Missouri and LSU, there's a chance they could be better than them. That's where I kind of have, if it was my opinion, I'd probably bump down Notre Dame, Penn State, maybe not Michigan. I wouldn't be surprised keeping Michigan up there. But Notre Dame and Penn State below Florida, Missouri, and LSU. I wouldn't be mad bumping them down and kind of playing it out, seeing how it is. Don't let them records for you. Y'all gotta watch the games, and then you'll really see what I'm kind of talking about. If I'm right, Missouri at number 11. I don't think Missouri's going to be this high. Look, I'll say this: I don't think Missouri's going to be this good to be this high, but I think their record's going to prove it. They're going to earn it because they don't have the toughest schedule, but also, look, they're good. They're good now, y'all. I just don't think they're as good as their record's going to show. So I don't mind that. I think LSU is a little better than them when you put pen to paper and you really look at both of because it's just paper talk at this point. It's just looking at the rosters. Look at it, you go. This LSU team, they got some dogs. Missouri got some dogs too, but they ain't got the dogs like LSU has this year, man. It's gonna be interesting. I don't think Utah's above LSU. I think the coach poll got it right. I think the top 25 got this one wrong. I put Utah below LSU. I like Utah. They're going to be a solid team, but I do not think they're going to be better than LSU. Getting into it, LSU number 12. I've preached my box on where LSU should be at this point. Like I said before, they got a lot of dogs. They got a lot of play people. I think they should be a little higher, but I'm not too terribly mad at it. Coming in at number 14, Clemson. This is going to be interesting. They're playing Georgia. Week 1. Look, be honest, not a lot of people are going to favor them. I'm pretty sure it's at Georgia. Not a lot of people are going to favor this team. Here is the thing, though. Can you? Because look, they're, in my opinion, if I was predicting the game, I predict them to lose. How badly are you going to lose? Are you going to keep this in contention and us going like, oh shoot, Clemson's actually going to be good this year? Or are you going to get beat down and go, man, oh man, you should have accepted them transfers? Like that. That's where we're at right now with Clemson. It's kind of a wait and see. I wouldn't be mad at having them 15, in the middle of the road. Kind of where they are right now. I'm not mad at it. It's going to be interesting to see. We'll peek at it. Oklahoma. I'll say this about Oklahoma. I don't mind where they're ranking at. I kind of like where they're ranked at. Oklahoma's going to lose a lot of games, I think, but they're going to be a team who's better instead of Missouri, who's kind of a little worse than what their record shows. Oklahoma's going to be a little better than what their record shows. They have a really rough schedule. It's going to be a rough. I feel like it's going to be a rough year for them. We'll see though. Wait and see. Kind of have to play it out. It's a tough schedule now. It's a brutal one. They're not playing. Look, 17 Oklahoma State. I think they're better than Kansas State. I'm gonna give you one reason why. One name, Ollie Gordon. Y'all better write that name down, because that boy, he might be a first round pick. This coming draft. Whew, boy can tote the rock. He's gonna be a cat that everyone's gonna have to keep their eyes on. I think that's the reason he's gonna be better than Kansas State. Is gonna be that run game. And that's why I think I don't mind Oklahoma State at 17. Kansas State, they got a lot of pieces. They're kind of that team who's going to be in the later ends of the rankings. Miami, this is a chance for Miami to really start putting their name on the map. Putting them on that top 25 map. They were disappointing last year. I'm not going to lie. They were disappointing last year. They had some potential, especially on that line. And that defensive line, they didn't show it. It's going to be interesting to see where they're going to be at. But Miami, we'll see. But this is their time to show it. Texas A&M. Now with Texas A&M, I think they're going to be a good team. I think they're going to be a really good team. I like Texas A&M. I don't know with changing coaches how much that affects them. They have some tough games on their schedule. It's going to be interesting to see, and we're just going to have to play it out. It's going to be one thing. We're just going to have to play it out and see. We'll see at the end of the day. Really, Texas A&M is going to be a team who, I think they could be a top 25 team. I think they could be higher in the top 25. I think they could be out of the top 25. It's going to be have to wait and see with Texas A&M. Arizona, I'm not mad at. Kansas, I'm not mad with Kansas being in the top 25 where they're at. With these later in guys, it's kind of a wait and see approach. We're kind of like hearing it out, kind of testing the waters, dipping our foots in. Hey, you gonna nibble on my toe, or we're gonna bring a little bit of bite when we get your name in there, or are you gonna come back down and kind of get scared off? We'll see. USC, look. Look. Pete Carroll, he's gonna help out now with USC. I'll say this though, better get that defense right. Gotta get that defense right, because Lincoln Riley, your name might not be in the hot seat right now. You might bring your offense might be good. You might bring in this hot quarterback who's gonna sling that rock everywhere, and it's gonna look good. But you better bring it this year. That defense better bring it this year, because if you get exposed on defense, you might not have your name on the hot seat this year, but next year your name will definitely be on the hot seat, because you did the same thing at Oklahoma. You've been saying the same thing at USC for a while now. It hasn't changed. I'm not mad at them being 23. NC State, kind of same thing with Kansas. Where you gonna be? Iowa. The big thing with Iowa at the end of the top 25 is I'm not mad at it. I'm not bad if you have them a little higher, if you have them in the 20 range. Big thing with Iowa. When I'm looking at Iowa, I'm thinking, hey, is that defense, how far is that defense going to step back, or is that defense going to take a step forward? Where's that defense going to be at? I don't think they're going to drop tremendously back. I don't think they're going to jump tremendously forward. I think it's going to be around where they were last year. How is the offense going to improve? And that's the big question. It's a wait and see approach. Now that I'm going to get off my soapbox, I'm going to tell y'all what games to watch this week. What games to tune into, to look at. So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to talk about Saturday, and then next week we'll talk about the games to watch Thursday through Sunday. And then and probably Monday. I haven't decided on how I want to do that one yet, but we'll wait and see approach. So we'll talk this out, and then we'll wrap it up. Here's some games that I would recommend tune into come Saturday, week 0 now, y'all. It's not like week 0 for those who are still new to college football and who haven't or is trying to get into it. Week 0 is basically this week where only a select few teams play are actually playing a game, while other teams are actually waiting till next week to actually start playing football games. But it's counted as week 1, but a lot of people call it week 0. I call it week 0. So week 0 is basically that week where only a few teams play, and then they'll also play week 1. And so that's why it's called week 0. So it's the week before the official, not the official, because technically this is the official, but before actually teams start playing. And we got right here now, Florida State, number 10 at Georgia Tech. Probably going to be a beatdown. But it's turn it on 11. It's on ESPN. I recommend watching it and just seeing, hey, how is this team going to play? What is Florida State going to look like? Are they going to be similar to last year? Is their offense going to be similar to last year? Is their defense going to be similar to last year? How are you going to replace your edge? How are you going to replace your quarterback? How are you going to replace your receiver that you lost in the draft? We'll see. It's going to be kind of a wait and see. We're gonna watch it, tune into that, and kind of see. Montana at New Mexico. It's like, hey, it's a game. If you want to plug it on, if you want to put it on, it's at 3:00. Just to have some on the background while you're working or while you're just lounging around, hanging out, maybe on your phone, looking up, checking out the game. SMU versus Nevada. Listen now, y'all. SMU was good last year. How good are they going to be this year? This might be the game that puts SMU in the top 25 now. Keep an eye on this game. This could be a fun game to watch. It's on CBS, the sports network. Watch it. Check it out. And then you have Delaware State at Hawaii. We'll see. I have no opinions on that game. It's a late night game, so if you can't sleep, if you're moving around, if you're bored out of your mind, if you're working late, turn it on, watch it. You might see some fun plays happen. Maybe some highlights. Other than that, thank you all for watching, and thank you for welcoming me back to this channel. I was on my hiatus. I apologize. I didn't take a break from football now. I was working on it now, y'all. But taking a kind of just stepping back, doing some things behind the scenes that y'all don't know about, moving some things around, trying to get some things to work. Other than that, thank you all for watching, and I will talk to y'all next time.